to get solid financial data, but I don't know where else you'd look. But, okay, so that's Ian Woods. I mentioned Michelle Trusidowski. Even if you can't spell it, you can use the website Global Research. Robert Fisk. Robert Fisk is a Brit, and he's fully knowledgeable about Middle East, and he's a freelancer now, but the Independent and the Guardian are the only ones that publish his stuff, but it is always on the mark. That may not affect what we do in Canada directly, but indirectly it will. And okay, two excellent writers in Canada are Linda McQuaig and Stevie Cameron. Stevie is female, in case you didn't know, and she wrote, what did she last write? The best thing she ever wrote was On the Take. I think the guy's name was Baloney or Maroney or something like that. And she called big, thick book, and never a piece in it subject to challenge. Not a piece. Yeah. So she wrote another book too that I used by times, but not tonight. Linda McQuaig, famous for meaningful writing about even finance. I first learned about Linda McQuaig, though I'd read Shooting the Hippo, her book that described exactly what happened to me in the mid-90s. And so I was delighted with that. And then when I saw that Conrad Black had said that she ought to be horsewhipped in public, I wanted to know that woman. I got to know her a bit. Okay, that's
Naomi Klein.
Naomi Klein.
She's one of yours too?
Oh, I want you to add to this list, indeed. Naomi Klein's a good addition, of course.
Noam Chomsky.
Okay, I'm not familiar there.
Noam Chomsky.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, Chomsky. Yeah, just
Okay. This is my response to the question why we have a money meltdown. It is these banksters mean to control us. And us is a lot more than US. It is everybody, everywhere. To their advantage and to our disadvantage. No question about that. The dots are out there. They're not in your face, but I'm giving you 3 references that'll help you identify the banksters over a period of time. And Estulin is one of those base books on the Bilderberger Group. And if you rush down to Millennium Library in Winnipeg, you'll be number 11 on the list waiting for the book. So you might want to buy the book, right? Maybe you could suggest that the library change their policy and buy 2 books when there's that much time. Maybe 3. Yeah. I guess I have to advise you to not go to chapters or indigo. The reason being that Heather Reisman has been at the Bilderberg meetings the last couple of years. She runs the show at those bookstores. She's in charge. Wife of Jerry Schwartz. Jerry Schwartz and Izzy Asper used to be in partnership in Winnipeg, but way back when I was in Winnipeg. I was in Winnipeg, and they split. And Izzy's passed on, but his ghost remains here, and in the form of his sons. I don't know that they've ever been to the Bilderberg meetings, but I don't know if they need to go because they're doing everything that the elitist power people would have them do. Pretty well everything, which is centralize control Think about, Leslie, you already thought about this, I know. Centralizing the media. Like how many TV stations are there? There may be 2,000 channels, but how many owners are there? And in the U.S., Clear Channel's just gone through a leveraged buyout, but how many radio stations in the U.S. aren't part of them? And what doesn't Time Warner control? Time Warner's always represented at the Bilderberg meetings. And then you've got NBC owned by General Electric, and General Electric is crammed with bankster thinking and planning, and I take it personally because they bankrupted me. So I hold that against them. So that explains my bias. And ABC is Disney, in case you didn't know. And Washington Post always at the Bilderberg meetings. New York Times always at the Bilderberg meetings. Who are you going to read and trust? Who? I used to trust LA Times, Los Angeles Times, but they changed ownership and they went through 4 editors in about a year and a half. I don't think that's a healthy sign. And that's why I go to people like Tom Feely and his information clearinghouse. And I feel much better informed than when my TV was plugged in. That's almost 2 years ago. I plugged it in for the Grey Cup game last year and for the final before that. That's the last time, literally. So that's one thing you can stop doing. I found it very, very effective. I think I'm much more knowledgeable what's really going on than when I wasted, I don't know, an hour or 2 hours a day or a week or whatever, staring at the idiot box. The last thing I said I'd do would be, I'm not quite there. This is us feeling the elephant and adding blind men to the elephant, you know, and sharing what we're finding. And responding, I think I talked about how you can build community instead of destroying community.
Before you get to the answer, there's a notation of Mackie on there. What's Mackie? Mackie? M-A-C-K-Y.
It'd be Machiavellian.
Where is it?
Machiavellian.
Is it here? Mackie is in town, as the expression goes. We're talking Machiavellian mentality. And this is bankster mentality that says, evil knows no limit. We'll do what it takes to do it. That's how sinister this is. That's how evil this is. Those are guiding principles of a lot of financial persons and agencies in the city of New York, and I could add other places in the world, certainly the city in London, and I could go on and on and on. But what I'm saying, these are Machiavellian. Maybe there's some good in them, but you know, I keep imagining there must be, and they're out to get us. And as someone told me, just because he was paranoid doesn't mean they're not out to get him. The answer. Now this is a one-liner that I wrote a long time ago. The singular answer is, there is no singular answer. That's what I have to say, but I'm very much interested in what you have to say. The microphone is here. It's not very portable, but I invite any to come and share with us